Wow, look at that.
It's a kite. Wow.
Oh, thanks, honey. Thanks, Mom and Dad. There you go.
Oh, that looks impressive.
I'll be all set for some beach detecting and good all-around detecting. Greetings, everyone. J-Man here from Metal SHARXS. And in this episode, we're going to show you the unboxing of my new Minelab Equinox 600 metal detector. So I'm very excited to have this machine. I was blessed to get it from my wife and my parents for my birthday this year. And I can't wait to get out there and use the machine, probably at the St. Augustine Beach Pier. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and unbox it and show you the detector and putting of it together. But first, I want to explain a little bit why I decided to get this detector. So I must say that the Equinox 600 has great advertising even on the box. And I don't really understand all the technology yet, but hopefully I'll understand it better over time. But the main piece for me, the main thing that I wanted to experience with this machine was its ability to find targets, to find nice finds at the beach. So I love my Garrett AT Pro. I've had it since 2017, and it's a great relic finding machine, you know, at old farm fields and in wooded areas, old home sites and the like. And it's okay at the beach, but I've only found maybe 2 or 3 rings since 2017. Not that that's the be-all and end-all, but I would like to be able to find more rings and jewelry, and I think this is the machine to do it. So without further ado, let's get this box open, see what it looks like inside, folks. First time opening it. So the inner box is not taped or anything, but it did have an outer box that I showed in my last video. But it does come with this with a pouch. And then I did get a Myers metal detecting t-shirt, which is extra large. So I can always use a nice metal detecting t-shirt. I like that logo, Dig Deeper, Myers Metal Detectors. And by the way, I wanted to give a shout out today for Jeff Monin's metal detecting channel. I think it's called Jeff Monin, A Man and His Detectors. And he's also based in Florida. And I was able to get a nice discount on this Equinox. I mean, my wife and my parents were, for my birthday. They got the Jeff Monin discount. So that's much appreciated. So check out Jeff Monin's channel. Okay, so we got the t-shirt, and then we got our paperwork. We got a business card, and we got a Myers metal detecting nice sticker and a nice calendar. And then it also came with a parts list, so that's handy. And then information on battery charging, and looks like maybe that's Russian on the other side, but I'm not sure. And it has a getting started guide. So here's the coil. Let me get that out. This looks like the cuff, and then the cable that came with it, and green protectors. And so now I know that the other language is indeed Russian. Okay. And let's get out the upper part of the machine. There we go. Check that out. Very nice. Let's see what's in this box, folks. Ah, the headphones. So I've got the headphones out. So that's the type of headphones it came with. Even though they're wired, I think they feel pretty lightweight and the cable's not too thick in comparison to the Garrett AT Pro that I originally used, headphones that were wired, and they had a thick curled cord that I kept getting tangled up in. So we'll see how this does. On my Garrett AT Pro now I use the Easy Link system, and it was like I was untethered, and it made a huge difference for me. That was a birthday gift that my wife got me last year. So it was definitely much appreciated. So here's another part of the shaft. And then one more part of the shaft. And even the packaging inside the machine has their logo. Okay, so in looking at the getting started guide, decided I'm going to tuck the Russian version of it in here in the packaging. Just maybe forget that it's even there. So I don't think I'll ever get rid of this, but if I did, it would be nice to have all the original materials still somewhere in the box. So let's see what we need to do, folks. So basically we've got to do step one of attaching the coil to the lower shaft. So J-Man is back with you, and I got a little confused on the very first stage because it said, as you can see, insert the 2 rubber washers into the holes lining either side of the yoke. Well, I looked through all of the packaging and I didn't see any rubber washers, but that's because the rubber washers, I think, are already on this part of the coil assembly, as you can see. So I'm going to take this off and then do this step of putting this part on. And I have to make sure the spring-loaded piece here is facing the ground. So that's the main thing there. Okay, so these washers fit really nicely in here, really smoothly. And I've got this tightened on here, but not over tightened. So I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to look for stage 2. So as you can see, to help me be calm and do well with these instructions, I've been getting a glass of Merlot here. It was also a friend's birthday earlier, so we had a online birthday call for him, a Zoom call for a good friend's birthday in another city. But at any rate, I'm usually not good at following directions like this, and usually I don't read the directions very carefully. But so far, this is going really well. I haven't made any mistakes yet or gotten too confused by anything. So let's see if we can keep it going. So now, the second part is to assemble the shafts. Got the middle shaft locked into place. And now I'm going to do the same process with the upper shaft. So for step 3, I'm working on attaching the armrest piece. And I got it out of the Ziploc type bag. And now I'm going to put it on here, the upper part of the shaft. And I'm going to put it to where it fits best, whichever hole works best for my body dimensions, using my elbow in the proper position. So as you can see, I've been working on this and I've got the armrest in. It looks like it's about right for me. My body dimensions, I've got my elbow on the armrest or just below it. Okay everybody, so far this has been pretty straightforward. I'm about to go on to step 4. And it has gotten dark. I've been out here 30 or 40 minutes so far putting this together. And I did promise my wife that we would watch a movie after a bit, so I really need to finish up the first part of this and get this charging. And then hopefully, good Lord willing, I can test this baby out in the morning in one of our side yards at least, to kind of get the feel of it, maybe do a little bit of a de facto test garden for it. So anyhow, I now need to connect the coil. Why is that not focusing? There we go. So here we go. I've got 2 Velcro pieces and I'm going to wrap the coil around as shown in this diagram. Okay folks, so I'm excited now. I've got the basic machine together and it's ready for me to test it out first thing Sunday morning. And I do like how Minelab thought of including 2 Velcro straps as shown. That way you keep your coil in the right position on the shaft and you don't have to worry about it creating interference with the coil or getting too loose up here at this end with the connection. So that's just a little thing, but it's important. And I actually used some kind of plastic twist connectors on my Garrett, but they had sharp edges, so the Velcro fasteners would have been greatly helpful. But at any rate, I'm going to charge it, and it looks a little tricky, but hopefully I can figure this out. I've never had a system quite like this where you it looks like you directly use this against your machine and you plug it into a USB port. So I just wanted to show one last step for now. And as you can see, I was able to figure out how to get a USB port going here and get this charger attached there to the machine, charger cable. And now it's blinking green, and when it's done charging, it'll be a solid green light. Okay guys, so now it's Sunday and I'm getting ready to try out the Knox 600 for the first time in a side yard at our home. And I'm just looking at this getting started guide, and I notice this little box here, and that tells me why there's no basically owner's manual. You're supposed to go online and download one. So I'm kind of old school and I kind of like having a hard copy owner's manual, but I guess I can live with just accessing it online and printing it out one day if I decide to. But that was one thing I noticed. And then another thing I noticed is the Knox came with this package of screen protectors. And there's Russian, there's Spanish, Italian, French, Portuguese, so on and so forth. I guess you could use one for a different language, but it might be a little tricky for you because you wouldn't know these words at the bottom necessarily unless you knew that language. So it's got this protector piece on here now, but I'm going to try to put this on in a minute and then go out and use it. Okay, so it came with a little microfiber type cloth, and I'm just cleaning this off, a little dust off of here, as you can see. And then this aligns up here over the buttons if you want to use the screen protector, which I guess I'll use. And then you just remove these two pieces, or you remove this, and this is the sticky end on the back. And I'm just trying to get it lined up here fairly well. Okay, so J-Man is back with you. I'm in a little side yard at our home, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the machine on. Looks like I got some air bubbles on my screen protector, and there's some sticky residue from the little piece where you hold it in place. Okay, so I've got a lot to learn on this machine. See if I can figure out some of it. So I believe what I want to do is get it in part 2 mode, which I think is what it's in right now. And then I'm going to try maximum sensitivity at 25, and we just start swinging it out here and see if I get any target. Okay, so by the side of the house. "22, 24, 23. Should be in the plug. So let's check this out. I guess he found something to roll in. So here goes our first one. Okay. It looks like some kind of old bolt threaded here. Screw or bolt. Hey guys, so there was something else in the hole. The bolt only rang up as a 19. So I'm thinking this is what it was, because my dad told me that cans come up really good on the Equinox. But this is an old Budweiser can. It has the Olympic signal on it, so that's interesting. So the J-Man is with you with a wrap up from my testing out of the Minelab Equinox 600. And I'm not sure what some of these things are, but this looks like an elbow piece from pipes. And of course, a clip piece there that you put a strap on, or a rope maybe, for a boat, I think. I think that would be for your canopy on your boat. And a screw. It's probably a nail with some growth on it. Pop top. And this is really an odd shaped thing. And maybe, I'm thinking it might have been a doorstop or something. And I'm going to try to clean it up and then do electrolysis. So there you have it. At least I was able to test the Knox and get more comfortable.